Hi, folks. How's it going today? I hope you are all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I made a new product. So I was so excited and just had to come and show you guys. I made pine tar gum. And this stuff is pretty dang good. So the reason that, and I had heard about this, I think all the way back in elementary school, I had heard about the pioneers who came over on the Oregon Trail and how they used to basically brush their teeth with pine sap. So that was like what I heard. And then the last year with my business, I have been making a whole pine sap line. And so naturally, I have wanted to make the gum, but I failed my first recipe. Did not come out very good. And so this is my second attempt at the gum. So what I was going to do is read to you guys some of the benefits of pine sap and pine tar. And this was research I did according to the Australasian Journal of Dermatology and the Australasian College of Dermatologists. So that was who I got this information from, was the dermatological journal and college in the Australasian, which makes up all of the Australian, not just Australia, but it also includes like New Zealand and stuff. So anyways, here is what they say about it. So pine tar is the end product of pine wood carbonization following distillation using extreme heat. You basically heat the wood until the sap melts out in the form of black pine tar. Pine tar has been used in medicine for more than 2,000 years to treat a range of skin conditions because of its soothing and antiseptic properties. The mode is not understood completely, but it reduces DNA synthesis and mitotic activity, which promotes a return to normal keratinization. In addition to the karyolytic action, pine tar has been shown to be antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, astringent, keratoplastic, cytotastic, antibacterial, and antifungal. And I don't actually know what all of those words mean, but basically it's good for your skin. Anti-itch, I believe the antipyretic is the anti-itch benefit name there, but it, because of the benefits, it can be put on any skin issue. So it can be put on cut, scrapes, heat rash, hemorrhoids, chicken pox, nappy rash, eczema, sunburns, shaving rash, any kind of contact dermatitis. So anyways, the studies observed by infrared spectroscopy show a topical application of 12% pine tar to the skin was undetectable in the skin after 8 hours. Oh, sorry. The mechanisms by which pine tar is absorbed, metabolized, and excreted are unknown. Okay, so what they're saying is they're not sure how exactly that it works. The mechanisms for by which pine tar is absorbed, metabolized, and excreted. Okay, so what this is saying is that the things you're putting on your skin are not only absorbed by your skin, but they're metabolized, which is crazy, and excreted. So the benefits actually go into your skin and you metabolize them and excrete them in. It's just crazy. So this is why I was so determined to create this business, Anointing Oils. It was for my children, to create for them lip glosses and beauty products that I knew were all organic and that their bodies weren't getting more chemicals because of, for makeup. Because I didn't really want my kids even to wear makeup. I don't even wear makeup. So why do I want my kids wearing makeup? But of course they wanted makeup. So I had to at least ensure that they were putting good things on their skin. So anyways, pine tar is not pharmacologically standardized because of its inherent chemical complexity. And specific therapeutic activity of the components is not known. However, there are medications available in Australia with between 0.1% and 2.3% pine tar that treat psoriasis, eczema, dermatitis, urticaria, contact dermatitis, shaving rash, sunburn, insect bites, heat rash, nappy rash, chickenpox, hemorrhoids, generalized pertussis, and inflammation. So I'm making no claims about any anointing oil products. These are simply the benefits and history of pine tar and its uses. The pine sap used in our rescue balm is harvested by our family from our Coos Bay property pine trees. We use a minimum of 25% pine tar or sap in our products to provide the maximum benefit to you. So, in today's world, of course, you can't claim that your products do any kind of healing. Even though the scriptures tell us to anoint one another with oils and pray over the sick. So even though the Bible tells us this, to do this, we can't claim that there's any healing in this. But I will also say that a lot of your thoughts can also have an influence over your health and wellness. And you can obviously see that in the placebo tests that have been done, where by somebody basically just thinking, that they were taking something that was going to help them, they were benefited and helped through that. So we've replaced all of our products with homemade products. Because my kids were really wanting to have gum. They love gum. And so I wanted to be able to offer them a gum. Now, I will tell you right away, this seems to be working really good because my oldest daughter does not have very good teeth, which I think she must have got from her dad because her dad didn't have very good teeth either. And she's only 8 years old and she already has 2 teeth that have cracked. And so she has these spaces where her teeth have chipped off, where like food was getting stuck. And even though, I was having her floss and brush and mouthwash every single time after she ate, she's a kid. Sometimes she just eats stuff and doesn't go brush. So stuff was getting stuck up in there and it was causing her... I think it was getting infected actually. But when I called the dentist over here is just, it's so hard to even get into a dentist. And I literally couldn't even get through to the office. I called multiple times and was only able to leave a message with them, which they never even called me back. So I had been praying about it and asking the Lord, and I knew about this pine tar gum that the old pioneers used to use it. So I thought, hey, I'm just going to try to make my own. And I made my own from a recipe online that was basically just beeswax and honey and the sap and the honey separated from the whole thing, and it never mixed together. So that was a fail. So yesterday I did, and I'm using the beeswax that's tiny little, I can't remember what they call them, but they're little teeny pebble looking things. I did about 2 cups of that. So I didn't measure it because my scale was in the other room, or it was out in packed away because I did a show this weekend, so it was packed away. So I just did 2 cups of this beeswax, and I did a chunk probably about that big around and about that long of the sap. And then I added a little dollop of this infused olive oil that I made with, let's see, what did I make it with? Ginger and rosemary and cinnamon. So I'm making this infusion of the ginger, rosemary, cinnamon. All have amazing benefits for your teeth. And then I also added to that, I added some clove oil and some peppermint oil, which is also supposed to be very good for your teeth. So anyways, the first gum I made came out very, very, very sticky because I think I just added too much of the sap. It was super sticky and it like stuck into all your little cracks in your teeth, and then it tasted so pitchy that it was not very good because I didn't add any flavoring to it, and the honey was the part that leached out that wouldn't mix in with the gum, so it had like no sweetness. It was just really gross. But this one came out really good. In fact, I'll even chew some of it here so that you guys can see. I'll even take a piece. And we'll trial it. And I don't think I need this big of a piece. Probably just half of this would be good. And you can see that it's pretty... I think I could add like just a little bit more of the olive oil, the rosemary, ginger, olive oil mixture, but I'll save that one for later. And she's kind of crumbly. I think it could use a little bit more peppermint. I did 2 milliliters of peppermint. I could use some more clove oil too. I did like 20 drops of clove oil. And you can still very much taste the pitch. And it kind of breaks apart. So it's not like... It's not quite the same texture and consistency as gum. But it does get up in all your cracks, which the thing about it, because I was telling my daughter with the cracked teeth, I was like, chew it into those cracks and get it shoved into those cracks. And then when you eat, you're not going to have food getting up there, and it's going to be sealed with wax. So she did that yesterday, and she said that it didn't hurt her teeth when she ate. So I think you just need more peppermint, because it's very much like, it tastes like a tree. But you know, all of these qualities of the sap, the anti-bacterial, anti-inflammatory, I think this is going to be really good for people's gums, people that might have tooth infections and can't get to the dentist right away. Because eventually, I mean, those are her baby teeth. They're either going to fall out or they're going to end up pulling them out. So I'm pretty much just trying to save her teeth for as long as I can and prevent any of that from happening. But so that's the gum. And I'm glad that my kids have something to chew on that's not bad for them and full of a bunch of chemicals. So yeah, it kind of breaks apart a little bit. I feel like this could use just a little bit more sap and maybe just a little bit more of the olive oil, the rosemary olive oil mixture. But yep, pretty excited. Now that's just one more product that I will have to figure out labeling for. But it's going to take a while to infuse the oil. It takes about Takes about 6 to 8 weeks to infuse all the oil. So anyways, I just wanted to share all these amazing benefits with you guys. We have the pine tar soap, which is 25% pine tar. And then the rescue balm, which is 25% pine sap. And then our gum. So we have a whole line of pine stuff. Pretty exciting. So today I am actually going to be processing some bunnies. Or we already processed the bunnies, but the skins, I'm trying to preserve the skins. And so I have them salted. Not yesterday, but the day before was the day we processed them. And we just took them to the shooting range. This was my very first time processing bunnies. And so it was a bit of a learning experience. But we just went to the shooting range and just did it out at the shooting range. Brought a cooler with ice and some salt for the skins. So we just, shot them out there at the shooting range and processed them right there and put them in coolers and brought them home because we live in the city and you can't be shooting guns in city limits. So we just went out there, and since we have terrible neighbors, we have to follow all the rules to the letter or they will be calling the county codes on us. But yeah, so we skinned those bunnies and salted the skins, and they're supposed to stay like that for about 48 hours. And then the next step, which is what I'm going to do today, and I probably will videotape just my scraping away. You have to like deflesh the skins. So I'll be scraping, now that they're fairly dry, I'll be scraping away any of the additional flesh that is still on the skins. And then after that, you rinse them off, and then you do an egg yolk soak. And this is this replaces, so the other method that I was looking at was like a brain. You use part of the brains to rub all over the skins, and this is a substitute method if you don't want to use the brains. You can use egg yolks, but so that's what I'm going to be doing today with the skins, and I might try to get it on video. I have a bunch of pictures and everything from this summer, but I want to make nice videos where they're all together and presented nicely. So a little bit more patience on that, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time watching and learned something. Thanks for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.